Hi everybody, my name is Travis and this is Travis Does Kayak Fishing. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm filming at the boat ramp. Had a tough day. I had like 9 fish swipe my lure, take it, not short swipes, take it, and just spit it out when they were close to the boat. Nice topwater bites. Only landed 1, but today's a rainy day, it's cloudy, I'm on my favorite lake, Lake Hartwell, and I'm feeling really good because I love this ramp. So I want to talk to you about something if I don't have fish to show you. So what I want to talk to you about is your fall gear. Like, how are you going out in this type of weather, light to medium and heavy rain, in that, you know, mid-30s and above fall conditions? Once it gets into those winter conditions and you're really out there in the 20-degree days, this setup has to change a little bit. But for you guys looking to get out there in the fall to stay reasonably warm, like to the point to where you're not miserable wanting to go home, to have movement and not break the bank, I've got you covered today. So let's take a look. We're gonna start with my outer shell and I'm gonna deconstruct down to show you how I'm layered up. I've been out here about 6 hours, no problem. I'm not wet, I'm not tired of being out here. I got somebody coming in, so I have to pause for a minute. But let's deconstruct it. So my outer layer jacket is a frog tog. Just gonna take it on down. So I've got my life vest on underneath the jacket because my life vest is automatic. If it wasn't automatic, I would just go on top of the jacket, but I don't want it deploying out here on me in the rain, as has happened before a couple of times. So I'll take that off. Gloves. These are my newest gloves, are the kastking gloves. They do have fleece on the inside, so you have to make sure they stay tucked like you saw me when I first came out with them. That'll stay dry in there, but they're waterproof, not water resistant. They're waterproof. They're not very good for fishing. I think when winter comes around, I definitely have to have some pillback fingerless gloves because they do work with the phone. I was mistaken in the video the other day. They do work with phones more so when they're wet, but yeah, I just think when it gets winter, I'm gonna need a little more flexibility than what these are giving me. Because it's like fishing with a bait caster on, the line slips a lot. It's just not very good for me. For fishing. Warm, they're great. They work great. Keep your hands dry. Waterproof gloves, not water resistance. There is a difference, and test your gear before you go out. So we've got the bibs. These are just the Magellan. They're like the $50 set. They're not the Pro Angler. These are rather inexpensive. And you'll see they go all the way down. There's a zipper and cuff on the side, but you tuck in the boots when you're getting inside the water. You just have to do that. You're definitely used to using a hat, right? When you're fishing, it keeps the sun out of your eyes. This works fine covered for now. When it gets a little cooler, what I'll actually end up doing is bringing out my trapper hat. And I love my trapper hat. It is so warm. People make jokes about it, you know, the Cousin Eddie stuff, but if you're not using a trapper hat, you are missing out. They're fantastic. My boots, as we were talking about these coming down, these are called Arctic Shield. They're like $80 on Amazon, so they're the most expensive piece of this entire ensemble, right? I said it's pretty budget friendly as far as boots go. These are really good, guys. I've had them about a year now, and no problems. My feet have never got wet except when I step down off the water. I tuck them in, I put my trailer out there. They're warm. They did have a break-in period, where I had to wear like 2 pairs of socks because they were kind of rubbing against my foot. But once I wore them for about a month, they got really comfortable. They're really reliable. They're very slip resistant. I'll climb on my trailer and go around. These are absolutely great. That's what they are, the Arctic Shield. And you see the grips I have on the bottom? They're fantastic. I've got no problem at all with these boots. Socks, I've just got on a nice thick layer of wool socks right now. I do have a neoprene layer that I'll put on when it gets a little colder, kind of an extra layer of protection. Maybe I'll show you guys just a photo on Amazon of that or something. I got this wildfire color, so it's easy for me to find them in my sock drawer. But yeah, that's the boots. And you see one tuck, that's for putting in, one out, that's for just being out and fishing, right? You don't have to keep them tucked in. Now underneath the hoodie is just a standard UPF. I like that against my skin. I like the way it feels. Let's put this up, I'm a little cold, but I'll show you just sweatpants under the bottom. You can go thermals under the sweatpants. You can go sweatpants, just don't go too thick. Keep in mind, if you fall over, you're gonna get wet and you don't wanna sink, right? You wanna be able to move some so you can get yourself back into the kayak and back over to safety. So I feel weird without a hat on. But yeah, take that into mind. PC Fun has a set of bibs I'm gonna be getting soon. I wanna show you guys. It's their floating insulated. Maybe their brand, maybe another, hopefully their brand. I like that set a lot. But I'd love to get that and show it to you. But if you do this, if you get waterproof, not water resistant, waterproof, water resistant, water repellent, that's not what you want. You want waterproof gloves, you want waterproof boots, you want waterproof waders where they may look damp, but my clothes underneath, they're dry. There is no water there. That's completely dry. That's what you want. But yeah, that's my fall light rain, early cold setup. As winter gets here, you'll see a more intense one. But this should get you through next 4 to 6 weeks, I would think, depending on where you're at and how the weather's changing. All right, thanks for coming, guys. See y'all later. Hey, while you're here, YouTube thinks you like the video on the left. I really like the playlist on the right. If you like what you're seeing, just give me that subscribe, please. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.